In episode 10, Battle of the Proxies, this particular case was quite intriguing and a bit confusing. Will is defending a man who has been accused of murdering a young woman at a local music festival. However, since the murder happened in one county and the girl's body was found in another location at a different county, there are now two men being tried for the same murder at the same time in either county. This is where things began to become a bit confusing, and I question whether this is even possible. Furthermore, Will decides to send Alicia to help the prosecution of another trial because if the other man is convicted of the murder, Will's client will be set free. But it doesn't stop here. Lauren Hellinger, who is prosecuting Will's client, sends a person to help the defendant at the second case. As the evidence begins to emerge, Alicia slowly becomes to the conclusion that the man from the other county is actually innocent, and she is now working to convict the wrong man, leaving her in an extremely difficult position and a moral dilemma at hand. The prosecution on both sides does their job, resulting in a conviction of both men. The only silver lining is the appeal that awaits the innocent man, and Will tells Alicia that she can help him work on the innocent man appeal in an attempt to make her feel better. The critical evidence was presented in the county where the murder took place. An eyewitness at the festival claims that he in fact saw a body being carried away from the campground in a blanket that he thought had a mountain logo on it. The defense attempted to discredit the witness by pointing out that there was drinking going on and that the witness was under the influence. After that session, a picture of the defendant was uncovered that showed him sitting on the blanket at the festival earlier that day with the exact logo described by the witness. The evidence presented on the other county was of a shoe print that matched a pair of shoes of the defendant. In addition to that, analysis was done to identify the soil on the defendant's shoe. The soil type matched the soil found at the music festival. A soil expert presented the analysis to the jury. This ultimately proved to be the deciding factor in the case. However, the soil type was later found to be at the same defendant's job. Alicia becomes aware of this new information but elects to keep quiet. As a legal critic, I for one don't understand how people can be tired of the same crime in different counties and then both convicted of the same crime. It seems as if this is legally impossible and would never happen. I obviously agree with the jury's verdict in the case. The county the murder took place because it was the correct one. The evidence presented at the spot on led them to the correct conclusion that the guy with the mountain logo blanket was the killer. The other jury in the other county was given misleading evidence, which led them down the wrong path and convicting the wrong man. I understand that you have to zealously represent your client, but I do feel that moral and ethical dilemmas were ignored that could have ultimately put someone behind bars for the rest of their lives. I think that shouldn't have been taken so lightly, and doing the right thing, I believe, was required in this situation. In the end, there should have only been one convict and the other set free, and this would have been the case if Alicia allowed the new evidence to surface. Thank you, Jessica Bruno.